Ladies and gentlemen, fellow shareholders and supporters, thank you for your attendance in such large numbers today. It is a healthy sign for any company when shareholders take the time and interest in the company affairs that we're witnessing here today. This support has proved to be crucial in what was another difficult and traumatic year for the company and for the club. The fact that we are all here today in a working environment that is now genuinely conducive to a rapid rebuilding of the club and its image is solely due to the energy that shareholders have put into securing the regime change that was clearly long overdue. It was particularly gratifying during the last year to witness the vast number of supporters who, despite already being financially stressed by a weak economy, collectively mobilised sufficient funds to acquire a substantial shareholding in the company to guarantee the outcome at the extraordinary general meeting that was held in March this year. This was a huge effort on behalf of the supporters and forms a basis for increased fan participation going forward. I take the opportunity on behalf of your board to formally thank those shareholders who supported us for your trust and for your assistance in getting us to where we are today. The new board has faced difficult but perhaps not totally unexpected challenges since it was installed, not the least being the incessant litigation by the Sports Direct Group under the guidance of Mike Ashley. Sports Direct appears to be working to an agenda which very clearly is not assisting our club's full rehabilitation. There is a desire to drag Rangers through the courts and thereby slower progress rather than seek compromise or fairness. But we remain absolutely resolute, as was partly evidenced by our robust and successful defence of the absurd legal claim by Charles Green, that we will defend Rangers' interests in the courts when required to do so, and will do whatever we can to ensure that Rangers enjoys a much more stable and successful future. Your board's commitment to the future of the club, both on and off the pitch, remains unshakable. We are as committed today as we were when we all decided something must be done to reclaim our club, your club, from those who were stifling development and progress and who quite unashamedly put themselves first. I would, of course, like to discuss every aspect of the business with all of you here today, because you are entitled to know as much as possible about what is going on in and with your company. But unfortunately, certain legal rulings make that impossible. Sports Direct's gagging order has made it impossible for your board to answer all of your likely questions today, and I've asked James Blair to intervene if he feels that a particular question or answer might lead to a breach of the injunction. I trust you can understand and appreciate our position in that regard. In particular, Sports Direct's gagging order against the company and its officers means I cannot talk about the manner in which a vital and historically very profitable part of our business has been managed under the stewardship of Sports Direct and its senior management. The relationship with Sports Direct continues to impact on Rangers, but as long as we, all of us, stand united, we will succeed in ultimately securing more mutually beneficial partnerships in the future. We will make it back to the very top of the domestic game, because both the size and determination of the Rangers support demands and guarantees that. It is a voice that cannot be ignored, especially when we speak as one. It is our unity and absolute belief in Rangers that makes us strong and capable of meeting and dealing with all of the challenges before us and any threats made against us. The club is recovering from all manner of problems and malicious attacks, but Rangers is now irreversibly on the way back. Nothing and no one will prevent us from reaching our goals. Already we have a revitalised staff who can sense that once again Ibrox and Auchenhowie are good places in which to work. Gone are the senses of doom and gloom and the feeling of dread that used to stalk the corridors of our workplaces. This turnaround in attitude and motivation is a positive force that shouldn't be underestimated. Everyone, no matter his or her function, is an important member of the Rangers team and deserves respect. Having said that, I'm sure that we all recognise that the most vital part of the business is the team on the pitch. I'm certain you will agree that positive progress is also being made on that front, and Mark will have more to say on that shortly. We have a much more vibrant team, we have a new and progressive management setup, and already we have seen great improvement on last season. But that must continue, because we want and must have promotion this season. The manager, Mark Warburton, and his backup team are well aware of that, and they too are committed to getting the club back to the very top. They have changed the entire look of the team, which is a very different playing style now, but there is still a long way to go, and we will continue to improve and strengthen the team over the coming seasons. In addition, and very importantly, a significant change in personnel and operational structure has been implemented at Auchenhowie to ensure that the style and philosophy of the academy players fits seamlessly into the overall ambitions for the first team. During my previous lengthy stint on the board, I felt that we really paid lip service to developing young players. For the first time, I feel that we are getting it right under the present management team. More specifically, it is the board's intention to provide the manager with the appropriate level of resources to secure promotion to the Premier League and open the doorway into Europe. A club the size of this one, with our unrivaled history and titles, must always be open to challenges and willing to test itself against the very best. Unfortunately, too many of the challenges in recent years have come off the pitch and behind the scenes. There were individuals on previous boards who actively contributed to the problems that continue to impact negatively on our business. Thankfully, it now appears that justice will be done and those responsible called to account. In the meantime, we must focus on what we can do to ensure Rangers' upward trajectory continues. I am extremely grateful to have a board capable of driving Rangers on, and although I have thanked my boardroom colleagues in the annual report, I would again like to express my gratitude today. Their support is unwavering and has already been tested and proved over the last 8 months. I thank them most sincerely, as I do to each of you here today and every other shareholder and supporter of this great club for steadfastly refusing to give up. It is our collective belief that kept Rangers alive, despite the crimes, the punishments, the abuse, the lies, and sometimes even hatred that the club has endured. No club has been made to suffer as this one has, but we are here today, we will be here tomorrow and every day after that. And because of our belief, Rangers will emerge stronger than ever. If I could just add one thing in addition to my prepared statement, which I think it is very important and useful for you all to know today. At the board meeting, which we finished in the early hours of last evening, the board made a decision to reverse our previous position regarding the Sports Direct loan. I think, as you might be aware from my comments, I felt that that loan was something the club was entitled to and in fact shouldn't be repaid. But with the ongoing circumstances with Sports Direct, a decision was made at the board meeting last night that we would in fact endeavour to pay the loan as long as we could raise the funds to do so. And I'm delighted to say that once again the commitment investors are giving to this club. It just took me 1 hour this morning to make phone calls, and myself, Douglas Park, George Latham, George Taylor, Paul Murray and a new investor, John Bennett. It just took me 1 hour. We've got the commitment for the $5 million, and we'll be advising Sports Direct today that we will repay that loan and start to take control of the retail operation.